The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Welcome to Patriots Stadium for this first round playoff matchup between your Wayne Hills Patriots and the Vernon Township Vikings. I'm Nick Appaluccio here alongside Alex Reed and Josh Mordkoff. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm freezing my butt off right now. It's pretty cold.
Very cold night here. It's about, I want to say 40 or 30 degrees out right now with the wind at least.
Yeah, definitely no more than that, Nick. And, you know, it's a lot darker than we're used to because of daylight savings. So we'll see how that works out tonight.
So last week, Wayne Hills, they took a tough loss to St. Joe's. Alex, I know you know a lot about that game, so what happened?
Well, I was on the sideline for most of that game. Wayne Hills was 8-0 going into it. St. Joe's is 6-1 with their only loss coming to Bergen Catholic. And St. Joe's really proved why they're one of the top teams in the nation. They destroyed Wayne Hills, offensively, defensively, on special teams. They ran over Wayne Hills. They passed over Wayne Hills. It was just not a good game for Wayne Hills. And I think Coach Olson and the team really went over it in practice, you know, what they did wrong and how they can improve for this week. It was a 24-point loss, and that was, to be expected. A lot of high school episodes like Max Press expected that, but everyone expected Wayne Hills win tonight, and I think they'll win tonight as well.
Yeah, so for tonight's game, we have Wayne Hills, first round of the playoffs. You got to have keys for the game. So what are your keys for the game, Josh?
My key for the game is defensive line. I think if Wayne Hills can get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, it's going to really go in their favor because, we've seen a lot of pressure on the other side where Kevin Olson's really hasn't had a very easy time of, getting the pass off. And I think if Wayne Hills can give the opponent a taste of their own medicine, I think that'll really be beneficial tonight.
I'm going to go on the other side of the ball with the offensive line. One thing Wayne Hills did not do last week, they've been doing for most of the season, is create holes for their running backs. Christian Rodriguez, Justin Beveridge, Dom Santoro. They didn't do that last week, and that's a big reason why they didn't score many points. If they can do that this week against a pretty big Vernon defensive line, I think they can win this game pretty easily.
Yeah, Alex, I'm going to go off yours. I'm going to go with the running game. If the offensive line is able to make the holes for them, I think Wayne Hills, with that great variety of running backs they have, they're definitely going to be able to put some points up against this Vernon Township team. So that'll do it for us here at the pregame. We'll see you guys on the Line next.
Welcome to On the Line. I'm Alex Green here with Jason and Justin Avedisian. And guys, last week was a week of firsts for Wayne Hills, and for me personally. Last week, Wayne Hills suffered his first loss of the season to St. Joe's. I got my first interview with an NFL player in Greg Olson. And you guys superseded Sparta to take over first place in the PowerPoint, so you're first seed in the playoffs. So because you're first seed, you play the 8th seed, Vernon, and you guys are 8-1. They're 5-4. I don't know much about the team because even though they're in our league, they're not anywhere close to us. They're not like a Ramapo. But from what I'm told, they have a really good running back, a good running game, and rely more on that than on the passing. So what do you guys know about that?
That's basically you covered it. They're not going to kill you with skill. They're 5-4. They're a good team though. We can't take them lightly. But they have a really good running back. If we're going to throw arm tackles like we've done a couple times in the past, we're not taking them down. We got to have good tackling, take this kid down. And if we just play like we can play, we'll have no problem beating this team.
What happened last week? What adjustments do you need to make that I'm sure Coach Olson went over with you guys on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and for practice? What adjustments do you have to make that you guys didn't make last week?
We do a lot of things, obviously. For kill the mental mistakes, we got to really focus on lining up right, pass protecting better as a whole team, the offensive line, running backs, fullbacks, all as a group, got to pass protect a little bit better. And on defense, really just knowing where you're supposed to go, knowing assignments, what coverage you're in, and yeah.
So I'm sure you'll, as a team, overcome the mistakes that you went through last game. Last game, I don't want to say it was meaningless because obviously you guys wanted to beat St. Joe's, but in regards to the power points, you couldn't gain any more points just by beating St. Joe's. But you actually, even though you lost, overtook Sparta because of residual points, which made you the first seed and Sparta the second seed. So let's look past this playoff game. I know you guys don't want to look ahead of Vernon, don't want to, underestimate them. but Max Prep's actually winning 35-7, and I think it'll be somewhere near that. Let's look ahead. If you, and I have the bracket right here, if you beat Vernon, it looks like you're going to end up playing Paramus in the semifinals, a team that you've already beaten 38-0 in the regular season. And then if you win that game, it's really up for grabs on the other side of the bracket. You're on the easy side of the bracket, to say the least. The other side has Pascack Valley, Ramapo, Northern Valley, and the second seed, or Northern Valley Otapan, and the second seed Sparta. So that's a really tough side of the bracket. But it seems like your way to the bracket is, beat Vernon tonight, and you're pretty much there. It seems, right?
Yeah, well, people say that, but they say we always have an easy path. Well, I think we should have an easy path. When you're the 1 seed every year, you play great football every year. I mean, who else would get it, Like, we deserve it more than anybody else. But, that's what we talk about, Everybody says it's easy. You never know. Anybody could beat anybody on any day. And if we could string a 3-game win streak together, it looks pretty good for us.
I know on the other side of the bracket, I mentioned Old Tapan, led by their quarterback and one of the top quarterbacks in the state, Devin Fuller. And they started 0-3. Now they're 5-3, including a big win over Ramapo last week. And they're probably the hottest team in the playoff bracket right now. And Fuller's playing out of his mind. Do you see another championship rematch?
I don't think so. I don't think they have a good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fuller's obviously one of the best players in that country. But I don't think their offensive line can do it. I mean, they lost 3 games. So they're obviously hurting a little bit. But I think Sparta's a great team. PV's another great team. And, Ramapo's obviously a great team. So that's always really up for grabs.
Well, let's focus on your side of the bracket, and we'll come to that side, when that comes, hopefully in the state championship. So let's get to your score prediction for tonight's game.
Tonight's game, good weather, great day to play. Let's see. I've been pretty accurate, to say the least, in my past predictions. Give me 42-7, the good guys. He's going to say, that's about that. Yeah, pretty much.
Come on, Justin. Let's make your own score prediction for one. Stop relying on your brother.
I'll give you one. I say the good guys get to throw a shutout, 35-0, Pats.
I'm feeling 38-0, so I think I'm about compromising with you guys. But that's all the time we have for today. Good luck in the game tonight, and hopefully we'll see you back next week against likely Paramus.
Count on it.
So with that, we're going to go to break. But when we come back, I'll show you starting lineups.
First down, Horsell back to pass. Excellent protection all the time in the world. Looking downfield, looking for Van Penen, triple covered, sticks it in there, flags on the play. Van Penen ahead to the 20, looking for the sideline. He's across the 10, near the goal line, dives. Touchdown, Ray Van Penen.
Welcome to Wayne Hills High School's Patriot Stadium, a home of champions. Tonight's opening round of the North 1 Group 3 playoffs has the home team Patriots hosting the visiting Vikings of Vernon Township High School. And let's welcome the visiting Vikings of Vernon Township. And here is the starting offensive lineup for the Wayne Hills Patriots. At wide receiver, number 1, Andrew Monahan, number 1. At tight end, number 84, Joe Lane, number 84. At tackle, number 70, Justin Avedizian, number 70. At guard, number 66, Corey Conforth, number 66. At center, number 59, Garrett Rubin, number 59. At guard, number 72, Roberto Alvarez, number 72. At tackle, number 75, Jason Avedisian, number 75. At wide receiver, number 20, Troy Safino, number 20. At wide receiver, number 22, Eric Moscow, number 22. At fullback, number 44, Nick DeSico, number 44. At tailback, number 21, Dom Santoro, number 21. And at quarterback, number 19, Kevin Olson, number 19. And let's welcome the rest of the Patriot squad. The officials in tonight's game. The referee is Mr. Rich DeVito. The umpire, Anthony Matarazzo. The linesman, Bob Villanova. The line judge, John Gorman. The back judge, Dave Field. And the clock operator, Jack Benkin. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Wayne Hills Patriot Marching Band.
Now let's take a look at Coach Olson's pregame speech.
Hey, you win tonight, you're one game away from the big one. You win tonight, you're one game away from the game you want to be in again. Right, the stakes just got higher this week, right guys? Win or go home. And that's what a lot of people would like to see you do. But guess what, it ain't gonna happen. Tonight, we play our perfect game that we've been waiting for. Yeah, we're winning games, but we haven't been perfect yet. Unfortunately, for Vernon, it's got to be their night that we're going to be perfect tonight. We're going to be perfect. We're going to be relentless. All right? If they're wearing a white jersey, we're going to hit them. We're going to play till the whistle's over. It's a busy week for us. All right? Cannot get distracted, seniors. You've worked too long to get to the playoffs. You're 2 games away from the state championship. Do not let your detractors have the last laugh. Half the town is rooting against you tonight. Maybe more. Know who your friends are. Know who you can trust. That's important in life. I think you're finding out what I'm talking about. guys in this room. Players and coaches. The guys that support us. The only thing that matters to me is you guys. And that's the way it should be. If something goes wrong, it goes wrong for all of us. We circle the wagons and we get tighter.
Good speech as always from Coach Wilson. Now, guys, first round of the playoffs here. I know I'm excited, but the weather's going to play a big factor in this game. It's really the first really cold game this year so far for Wayne Hills.
I don't know about that, Nick. I've been on the sideline for the three of the past games, and it's been pretty cold on all those games too. But tonight, I normally don't get cold, but from my toes to my, the top of my head, I'm shaking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to continue to get colder since last week. But we're going to have to see what kind of role it plays in the game tonight.
There you see your captains out in midfield, Dom Santoro, Andrew Monahan, Troy Zaffino, and Roberto Alvarez, all from left to right. So they're going to try to get this coin toss for Wayne Hills, but this is Wayne Hills. They haven't lost first-round playoff game since 2003. And this Vernon Township team, they're not known to be anything big, except, Alex, I know you'd mentioned they have very tall receivers and they have a very big line.
That's very true. But, I mean, we're in the same league as them, of course, in North Growing Group 3, but we play completely different opponents because they're so much further north than we are. So I don't know a lot about them aside from the fact that they have some huge kids.
Yeah, so size definitely going to be in Vernon's favor for tonight. I know that the Wayne Hills line they're usually the smaller of the two. Last week against St. Joe's, it really showed, and they weren't able to score many points at all on them.
Yeah, Wayne Hills were completely outplayed by the St. Joe's offense and defense. And, we saw it last week. Wayne Hills isn't completely invincible, but hopefully they can bounce back from the loss.
Luckily tonight, Vernon does not look to be the same caliber that St. Joe's is. Top 100, top 50, parochial school. And I don't think Vernon's quite there, although Wayne Hills knows they can't underestimate opponents.
So Wayne Hills is going to be kicking off for this one. Martinez taking the kicks as usual to Vernon. So Vernon's starting with the ball. They're going to try to get off with a quick drive here and a quick score. 3 people back to receive for Vernon. Number 20 for Vernon, Chris Pontus, and the other 2 numbers are
They have
not
12
visible.
men on the field.
Well, we'll see if the refs see that.
Nope, they have 11.
All right.
I
False
can.
alarm.
You get those 2 days off of school, and all of a sudden, everything I learned in calc first period is just gone. Basic arithmetic, gone.
So Martinez to start this one off. Good kick there for Martinez as Vernon's going to try to get a return. Met by 2 or 3 Wayne Hills guys. I saw Comforth in the mix, but they'll get Vernon down right around the 20-yard line.
Nick, do we have anyone big injured tonight?
Well, Matt Greenfield from last game against St. Joe's, he is still injured. I know that during school I saw him limping around on it and just wasn't able to get the strength back to play in this game. So that's going to be a big loss for Wayne Hills. The replacement, though, I know last game it was Rob Levine, and this game it looks to be him again, number 77, if I'm correct. Just trying to get these pages open. Rob Levine, yeah, number 77. So quick look at next year's starting defensive end for Wayne Hills.
And this temperature definitely can't be good for Matt Greenfield's injury. I would think it would make it a lot more painful and harder to bear. And he's a really big loss for Wayne Hills. He's been doing great things all year.
Yeah, he's more one of the quieter players who went sort of last year. He had a very big year at defensive end, but this year he's sort of gone under the radar. Still one of their best starters out there. He's won the position, so he was starting, but we'll see how Levine can do this game. Vernon to pass, a screen behind the line, and Rodriguez pursuing it, and Vernon couldn't put it away.
And that looked like a screen pass. I mean, I thought that was a backwards pass, in which that would have been a loss of yardage, but the refs ruled it incomplete, so.
Good for Vernon on that one.
Absolutely.
Well.
Oh.
Well, look at that.
Okay.
So I take that back. It was a backwards pass, and that's going to be a third and really long.
So the pitch there, one nice move inside, but taken down by Wayne Hills. Joe Lane, number 84, on the tackle there. And Vernon will punt their first ball away of the game. Monahan and Mossville deep to receive this one.
That's a solid first defensive drive if you're Wayne Hills.
Yep.
I think Vernon only lost about 8 or 9 yards on that drive.
That's definitely what you want to see if you're Wayne Hills. Monahan runs up to get that one, and he's got some room. Cuts across field. Taken down, though, by the quarterback, Chris Rourke, but very good return for Monahan.
That was really unsafe for Andrew Monahan. Obviously, very little hang time on that kick. Caught the line drive in midair, but if that ball goes through his hands, that's a muff, and that can be recovered easily by Vernon.
You know,
Yes.
Wayne Hill's proving my theory that they're a very lucky football team, and Andrew Monahan, Exhibit A, with that very risky. He made that look a lot harder than it was to return.
But fantastic field position for Hills to start.
No one in the backfield for Hills, first play of the game. Schiller in motion. He gets the pitch, and he's got some room to the outside. Breaks a few tackles there. He's able to get the first down, it looks like.
That was a great run. He followed his blockers. You know, we've seen a lot of that from Wayne Hills this season. They really know what they're doing.
We haven't seen a lot of Schiller yet so far this season. He's been injured mostly, but taking, the first play of the game and able to get a first down out of it.
Schiller was going to be a huge factor this season until he broke his leg against Wayne Valley, but you see it right here, gets the first snap.
Olsen under center. Play action. He rolls out to the right. He's got Monahan. Goes to DeSico, though, and he isn't able to put it away.
And Monahan was covered there. I thought he was going to force the pass, but
Yeah.
I think it was a smarter decision by Kevin. Excuse me.
I mean, that looks like who he was looking at the whole time. He was rolling out. Monahan was doing that nice down and out route.
I mean, Alex, there it goes with your key for tonight's game. I mean, the offense still, even in the team with the caliber of Vernon, they're really not able to stop the defense from getting through.
2nd and 10 for Hills here. The handoff goes up the middle to Santoro. He breaks a tackle, and he'll be able to score for the first touchdown of the game. Dom Santoro puts Wayne Hills up 6-0.
And Josh, you just said the offensive lines, not letting this defense line get any pressure through, created some nice holes there. And Santoro, maybe someone got one hand on it, but he was easily gone.
Yeah, honestly, I think the Wayne Hills offensive line has done a solid job creating holes for their tailbacks this season. But I think what we mean when we say that they've been a little weak is on the pass, on covering the pass.
Bad snap. Monahan takes it away. He'll run this one himself. He's going to be taken down before he's able to get the score. So, bad snap. And Monahan tries to make something out of it. I guess the kick wasn't there, but no score for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, absolutely horrendous snap there. Obviously not Monahan's fault. Tried to make the most out of it that he could, and unfortunately couldn't get the 2 yards necessary for what would have been a 2-point conversion.
So let's see a replay on that last play, that last touchdown by Santoro. Gets the handoff right up the middle. And, as you mentioned, touched by maybe 1 or 2 guys, but that's about it. No real big threats on the tackle. So, with 9:39 remaining, Wayne Hills with the 6-0 lead over Vernon.
Sorry, Nick. There are some games, in Wayne Hill's schedule where you're looking at it and you're like, ooh, that botched extra point could be a really huge factor in this game. But if the defense plays like it just did the first drive and the offense plays like it just did the first drive, I don't see it being that big of a factor.
Yeah, it was a really good defensive stand there for Wayne Hills, 3 and out. Something that in the past few games they haven't really been able to do. St. Joe's, they had Ramapo before that. That showed them a tough match. And they come out of this game looking good.
I think we'll be seeing a lot more of that tonight.
So Martinez with his 2nd kick of the game. A good kick there from him. Oh. So taken down around the 18-yard line, number 21, Ryan Ward for Vernon Township.
And I think you saw right there why for example, the NFL moved their the kickoff line from the 30 to 35 because it is so dangerous on kickoffs. Like you look back to Rutgers last season, Eric Legrand got hurt on kickoffs. Like tackles like those, helmet-to-helmet collisions, it's just scary. I think that's probably the scariest part of the game.
Yeah, you got all the defense running full speed, and then the offensive blockers are also trying to run full speed to try to get the yards.
There's only so much the pads can do.
Galizia and one of the Evidesians on the tackle there, not sure which one.
A great tackle there, though. Picked him up, dropped him, and gain of a yard. That's about it.
So 2nd and 9 here for Vernon on their own 18, so not even to that 20-yard line yet. Rodriguez blitzing. Interception there by Quinn. Let's see if the refs give it to him.
And a beautiful interception there by Preston Quinn. Sliding interception.
Yeah, really, the quarterback just completely underthrew his receiver. He was rolling out, was being chased, and just made a bad decision.
You know, I think that one was really made possible by the pressure of the defensive line, and that was what I said. If that can get done, then you're going to see some great turnovers like that. Great job by Wayne Hills.
I don't know if there was miscommunication there, but the quarterback threw. He had one receiver there running a wrong route and 2 defenders. That was just a bad throw.
Gignac in motion. Play action. Olsen with the deep pass to Gignac. He'll be able to catch it, and he's got open route to the end zone, and a touchdown for Jeff Gignac. And Wayne Hills takes the lead, 12-0.
That was an absolutely perfect, route by Gignac. And it was a backdoor throw, but he turns around, maybe a little bit of a push off, but nothing called. Turns around, catches it, runs right into the end zone. Beautiful route by Jeff Gignac.
We haven't seen much of Jeff this season, and he really showed that he can make a contribution in this Wayne Hills offense. And that was a great catch, great run, great touchdown.
We'll see how this extra point goes.
Yeah, let's see how the snap goes. Good snap, good hold, and Martinez is able to split the uprights. So with 8:39 left in the first quarter, Wayne Hills takes the lead 13-0 over the Vernon Township Vikings.
And I gotta say, I love that play call by Chris Olsen, Coach Chris Olsen, I should say. First down and 10 goes play action, and Kevin Olsen's probably the best player on the team on the field at any time. And he showed it right there with a pretty nice pass.
Really seemed like when Gignac caught that one, no effort was made to tackle. Maybe the Vernon cornerback or safety or whatever it was looking for the interception, but Gignac really just spun right off, and when he caught it, was able to score.
It's funny how we thought it was such a great play, but looking on the sidelines right now, Coach Olsen's yelling at one of the Avedesian twins, scolding him. Like, I guess he missed a block or something. I guess didn't really make that much of a difference, but Coach Olsen really focused on the finer things.
So Martinez out again, and for his 3rd kick of the game so far in only about 3.5 minutes. So Martinez with another good kick.
Ooh.
And taken down around the 25-yard line, so that's where Vernon will start their drive.
And that was a pretty nasty collision. I don't know if that was shoulder pad to shoulder pad or helmet to helmet, but that was.
Yeah, you could definitely hear that one from here.
Both players fell backwards, so pretty strong. And guys, I know you're interested, and it's gotten to that point where I can no longer feel my toes.
I'm getting there. I double socked tonight.
I double socked it. It's still not helping out that much, though.
I normally wear ski socks, but I forgot tonight, so it's karma, I guess.
The pitch for Vernon.
Ooh.
And just runs into his own blocker, it looks like, and that'll be a loss of yardage. Second down, and it's going to be a little more than 10 coming up for Vernon.
It looked like whoever was supposed to block Christian Rodriguez missed his block, and Rodriguez made initial contact in his backfield, and then everyone swarmed on the running back board.
So, second down coming up for Vernon. Another handoff, and again, this Wayne Hills defensive line is just playing better than the offensive line. You can tell immediately, right when those run plays happen.
You're looking at this Vernon team that through 2.5 drives has gotten -5 yards of offense. So that says a lot about your whole defense, especially your defensive line, which is making great pushes at the line of scrimmage.
And, it's really showing the difference between the Wayne Hills running backs and the Vernon running backs. Wayne Hills can break through almost anything, and Vernon's not getting anywhere.
So 3rd down and 9 for Vernon. Cardock's blitzing, and Hill,
Ooh.
a very good dodge by the Vernon quarterback, and Hill throw that one. No receiver really in the area, but 4th down for Vernon.
That would have been a great play if he could have made an execution at the end, but
Yeah, it was a good broken tackle there. Cardock's just coming in off the blitz, and a step up by Chris Rourke was able to get him away. Monahan and Moskell deep to receive the punt.
Ooh.
And that one will go out of bounds around the 44-yard line.
I don't think they want to give Monahan the football. They've seen what he can do on punt returns, and I think it's a safe route.
Yeah, throughout the season, Andrew's really been good on kick returns and punt returns, as well as receiver, but having a good special teams player is a really big threat to have, because you can change the momentum of the game in an instant.
So Hill is going to start at the 45, which is not quite compared to their field position to the Vernon 22 last time they had the ball, but still pretty good field position for Wayne Hills.
Santoro, the running back. And they'll hand it off to him right up the middle, and fighting for those extra yards on the ground. Looks like he'll gain about 1 or 2 extra ones, and 2nd down will come up for Wayne Hills. DeSico checks out there. Gignac will be checking in, so we'll see if he gets another pass thrown to him. Gignac, probably the tallest people on the field, and they like to use that height advantage for jump balls with them. Olsen under center. Moskell in motion. He takes the sack from Ruben. And Santoro able to get the 1st down, so this running game for Wayne Hills is really performing well so far.
We've seen a little bit of Cardox, a lot of Dom Santoro so far. It's really a two-headed monster again for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, not really the running game that we expected coming into the season. They have about 4 or 5 running backs that they can use and alternate in that are just as good, but so far in this game, Santoro has been the one you see. 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills. The quick handoff up the middle to Santoro again, and he'll just fight for another 5 yards.
And he was met with initial contact there after 3 yards to catch his legs moving, kept pushing on another 3. A nice gain of 6 right there for Dom Santoro.
I still can't get it through my head how they don't wear anything under their jerseys.
Yeah, I'm freezing here right now. I have a lot of clothes on, and they have short sleeves and football pants on, and I can't imagine them being cold.
They're also moving around. We're up here stationary.
So play action there. Right over the middle to Joe Lane. And I saw them practicing that one in the pregame, and it seems like they used it. Using Joe Lane as a tight end. It's very versatile. He's a huge kid. Not many people are going to be able to bring him down the first time they touch him.
Well, that defender did right there. Met him nicely with a big hit. And Mrs. Lane told us before the game she would like a shout out for her son. So I think we'll give it right there.
Trips left for Wayne Hills. No one in the backfield. The quick screen goes to Monahan, and able to make a move, but he's still moving forward.
Takes 4 guys to bring him down.
And he's thrown to the ground there. So another 1st down for Wayne Hills.
Monahan is just one of those players where every time he gets the ball, it's a legitimate threat for a touchdown. Which is why I said, I saw some open space, but the Vernon defenders quickly encompassed Monahan. But still a big first down.
Yeah, with him, you have to take the first chance you have to tackle him. You can't mess it up. So the handoff goes to Rodriguez, and up the middle again. We mentioned it before, he runs identical to Santoro, and they are both interchangeable, both good running backs. I believe Rodriguez is on the All-Metro watch or something as a running back, so
Honorable mention.
So him as a junior, that's only good things for Wayne Hills to come in the future. I formation for Hills. Play action goes right out to Zaffino, but he's taken down right around the line of scrimmage.
Sorry, Zaffino's working, off that torn ACL and MCL, off an MCL sprain, so he didn't play last week against St. Joe's because he was injured. So it's his first game back, and I think if he was healthy, he might have broken that tackle, but brought down there.
If you had seen his left leg is definitely extra padded up for that MCL, I'm sure. 3rd and 3 for Wayne Hills on the Vernon 10-yard line. This one's a toss to Schiller. He's out to the outside. Schiller's got room, and he'll be able to score a touchdown for Wayne Hills. 19-0 with 2:47 left in the first quarter.
And that was just a fantastic play call by Coach Olsen. Again, Schiller's just faster than everyone else on the field and outran him. Had a lot of open space on the left side of the field and used it to perfection right there.
Wayne Hills is just stepping all over this Vernon defense, and I think we're going to see a lot of scores in this game.
Yeah, one thing about Wayne Hills, they have all these running backs, and they can use them for all different purposes. They have DeSico, goes right up the middle, a big kid. Santoro and Rodriguez, those big kids, very quick feet, able to break tackles. And then you have Schiller, who can just get to the outside and burn everyone on the other team.
I really like what I've seen from Eric Martinez all season. I remember his first game out here, he missed his first field goal, but I don't think he's missed a single other one since then. And he's only a sophomore, so we'll see a lot of him in years to come.
Yeah, so Coach Olsen getting the sophomore out there, that's good. Give him 3 years of varsity kicking experience. He'll be sure to be a star by the end of his senior year.
Mm-hmm.
So that touchdown with Schiller, we have the replay for that, so we'll take a look at that right now. The toss to Robbie Schiller, and he's just able to get to the outside and just beat every defender on the team.
And I think that's something they missed when Schiller was injured with the broken leg. Santoro's fast and Christian's fast, but they don't have that breakaway speed that Schiller has, and I think having him back is a really big advantage, especially in these playoffs for Wayne Hills.
Yeah.
If you give him a toss and he's able to get to the outside, there's no telling what's going to happen with him. So with 2:47 remaining in the first quarter, Wayne Hills leads the Vernon Township Vikings 20-0, and this game's quickly turning out to be a blowout. Really haven't seen any of the Vernon offense work at all. Wayne Hills, I believe, with 2 or 3 and outs. Martinez furthest kick of the night.
Taking out the
and
2.
He's met by 7 or 8 Wayne Hills players. So no blocking happening on that one.
Returner had to backtrack, 6 or 7 yards there because it's such a deep kick down to the 2-yard line.
Really seemed like no one blocked on that one, and every Wayne Hills player going for the tackle was able to get there.
Wayne Hills is dominating every facet of this game. Offense, defense, special teams, you name it, Wayne Hills is on top.
So the handoff for Vernon, and again, that Wayne Hills line is just dominating them. Looks like no gain on that one. So second down coming up for Vernon.
Hey Josh, that was your key. You want the defensive line to get pressure, stop those holes, and they've been doing a fantastic job so far.
I think they've learned from the past weeks. They're not going to let anyone through anymore. And if they can continue to play this way throughout the playoffs, I think Hill's going to be very successful on the defensive side.
2nd and 10 from their own 14. One receiver out for Vernon. And the pitch, again, stopped close enough to the line of scrimmage. So a 3rd down for Vernon coming up, and it seems like deja vu all over again. Another 3 and outs about to come. Joe Lane and Nick Delizia on the tackle for that one.
And I think as the Naturals, we focus a lot more on the offense and defense than we do special teams. But we really need to mention how important special teams has been, because there has not been one drive where Vernon has started in front of their, past their own 22-yard line. But horrendous field position every time. This time starting on their 14, and it really makes a difference. Because Wayne Hills forces 3s and outs and gets fantastic field position. They've turned it into 3 scores.
Yeah, Martinez has 3 good kicks on the night, or 4 it might be, but all of them, none of which got by the 20-yard line.
And you'll see a 5-yard penalty there for false start. That's going to move him back further.
So now a 3rd and 15 for Vernon, and if I'm betting on something, I'm betting that we're going to see the punting team come out next down. Pump fake. Oh! Dodges Levine jumping for the tackle, but still taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And with about 4th and 17 or 18 for Vernon, they're going to be punting this one.
I didn't see the point of that play because they had one wide receiver out on a 3rd and 15. They wanted to throw to him, and obviously you saw Levine fall for the pump fake, but they had one receiver. Like, you're not going to get 15 yards with one receiver when you have a great cornerback covering him.
So the punt taken by Moskal.
Loses
Fumble.
the ball.
Looks like Wayne Hills is able to pick this one up. There's
Garino's got it.
Garino on the ground to pick up that fumble. So, Alex, again, Wayne Hills starting off with great field position.
Almost lost it there, but that happens sometimes. When you're making those shifty moves like Eric Moskal was, you're going to get the ball away from your body, and it can be knocked out a lot easier that way.
And it's used. Somebody's ass is sit on it.
Penalty there called on Wayne Hills. So they'll move back a couple yards.
It's getting colder up here, guys.
It's getting very cold. And with 6 seconds left in the first quarter, I don't know how I'm going to make it to the end of the game.
So Wayne Hills is going to start at their own 25, but there's an illegal block in the back. So now they start at Vernon's 40.
So 15-yard penalty there. Olsen, the quick drop back, and he's going to get it to Moskal, and another 1st down for Wayne Hills. So that'll end the first quarter for us. Wayne Hills up against Vernon, 20-0. We're going to take a short break, and we'll get back to you guys for the start of the second quarter.
4 wide receivers set fly back to pass. Throws a ball, and it's going to be intercepted by Roddy Drees. Drees has a cakewalk into the end zone, and Drees brings it in for the touchdown. What a turn of events, folks.
And welcome back to Patriot Stadium. Your Wayne Hills Patriots are leading the Vernon Township Vikings 20-0 at the start of the second quarter. Really seen no offense from Vernon so far. This Wayne Hills defense has been dominant throughout that whole first quarter. I believe they probably didn't even gain a yard that quarter.
They actually probably lost yards that quarter. That's just how strong the defensive line and the linebackers have been.
So we'll switch sides of the field. Wayne Hills going to be taking this one from their own 28-yard line.
You know how they make hand warmers and toe warmers? Do they make whole body warmers? Could really use one.
We should be sitting in a hot tub while we announce.
That's what the budget should buy next.
Yeah, definitely.
So Olsen drops back. He's got Monahan deep.
Oh.
Just can't put that one away. Very nice pass by Olsen, and you know, I don't know what happened there. Just Monahan wasn't able to put that one away.
You know, right now we're seeing exactly what Kevin can do when his offensive line is, you know, and him can cooperate. When he doesn't have pressure back there, he can get great throws off like that.
Yeah, last week, you know, the St. Joe's line was just dominating the Wayne Hills offensive line. Olsen had to be rushed most of the time, and now with an open pocket, he's able to put throws like that. You know, only good things for next year. Gives that one to Monahan. Tries to make a little bit too much happen, and he's taken down.
And Monahan's going to come off the field, and Coach Zoll's going to be like, run north-south, not east-west.
Yeah, it seemed like he just tried to make too much happen out of that play, tried to maybe make a break for the middle. But he was quickly met by the Vernon linebackers.
It's very rare that you see Monahan miss an easy pass. Probably would have went for a touchdown on first down.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There was a good route run, a good throw, just wasn't able to look it in. 3rd down and 6 here for Wayne Hills. Olsen drops back, and he'll be rolling out. Monahan able to squeeze that one, and that'll give Wayne Hills the first down.
I don't know how Monahan caught that ball. Fantastic throw, by Olsen on the run. But I thought the defender was going to get his hand in there. Monahan, somehow just squeezed that one in for the first down.
Yeah, Olsen able to thread the needle perfectly right there, and he got it done.
Again, we're seeing how Kevin is really turning into be a very good quarterback at the high school level. And who knows, you know, I'm sure he's getting looked at by colleges. Actually, I'm positive he's getting looked at by colleges. So we'll hope to see him at the next level.
Just a junior, he's got plenty of D1 offers. I'm pretty jealous, actually.
I'm very jealous.
And you saw right there just why.
So Monahan steps back around, and he'll get the handoff, making some moves in the middle, and he's still going.
Monahan getting a lot of action on this drive. He's been targeted or gone to on every single play, all 4 plays this drive. Oh, sorry, this quarter, I should say.
So with about 10:05 remaining in the quarter, Wayne Hills driving down the field. I think it's inevitable that they're going to score this drive unless there's a turnover. I mean, they're in field goal range. Martinez has been a good field goal kicker for the whole year, and you know, if it comes to that, I think he'll be able to put it in.
I don't see it coming to that, though. Wayne Hills is running and passing all over this Vernon defense. It just looks outmatched, honestly.
So no receiver set for Wayne Hills. Connor Michelle steps into the game. And Olsen just lofts that one up. Really not in the area of any of the receivers. Cardox was the closest receiver to that one. And an injury on the field to Kevin Olsen. I think he's good, though. He'll be able to shake it off, but how devastating would that be to Wayne Hills if Kevin were to get injured?
Looks like he's hurting.
That'd be really, really bad.
Looks like he's hurting down there.
And he's their star quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in North Jersey. And he's comforted them with a 20-0 lead so far. And it looks like he'll be fine, but if he were to go down, that'd be detrimental to Wayne Hills' offense.
I mean, their lead might be big enough for this game, seeing as how well their defense is playing, but for the next game, if they were to go and win this one, definitely be a huge downfall for Wayne Hills.
Looks like the players called for that timeout, and maybe it has to do with Kevin. Maybe he's really not feeling too well. Or some miscommunication, it looks like.
That's
Kevin looks to be stretching something.
Yeah.
So, looks like some miscommunication between the players. If Wayne Hills is to go along and win this game, in the next round of the playoffs, they'll be playing the winner of the Paramus-Lakeland game going on right now. We'll try to get you some live score coverage from that.
My sources tell me that it's currently 7-7.
7-7, so Wayne Hills, that really doesn't help them in seeing who they're going to play.
They've already beaten Paramus 38-0. I don't know a lot about Lakeland. Like Vernon, we don't really play the same competition they do. But they seem pretty evenly matched at 7-7 right now.
a little more evenly matched than this 20-0 game. And now something going wrong with the play clock. So just all sort of mayhem going on in this game.
And we hear over the loudspeaker that they're going to need some information up in the booth, which I wish we were in right now.
It is a little bit colder on these bleachers. See the guys there up there in the booth seem nice and warm, not even wearing gloves, and we're down here freezing. So now the time at 93:20. Try to get that situated before we could play this game.
I believe there's 9:32 left in the second quarter. I can barely take 9 minutes 32 seconds out of this cold. I could not take another 93:20.
93:20, that would be way too long.
It is really cold over here, guys.
Yeah, these pauses really let you know how cold it is.
And I'm trying not to think about it, but it's not working.
Clock's still at 93:20, but it seems like the refs will play anyway. There we go. So we're at 9:32. Olsen under center. He gives a quick out route to Moskal.
Fantastic tackle there by number 7, Chris Rourke.
Quarterback.
Stop. Moskal on the 1-yard line.
You don't really see, well, at least for Wayne Hills in recent years, the quarterbacks don't really play both ways. And you see there for Vernon, number 7, Chris Rourke, playing both ways and stopping a touchdown there from Wayne Hills.
That's still another first down from Wayne Hills, and Santoro's back in, so I would not be surprised to see a quick handoff to Santoro.
And there it is, quick handoff to Santoro, and he's able to cross the pylon for his second touchdown in the game. Wayne Hills takes the lead 26-0.
This is beginning to get embarrassing for Vernon defense. Wayne Hills is just stepping all over them.
Really, only 9:03 left in the second quarter, and Wayne Hills with a 4-touchdown lead. Yeah,
Pretty comfortable lead if I do say so myself.
a 4-touchdown lead within the first 15 minutes of the game. That's pretty comfortable.
I think we were all wondering how they would respond after last week's blowout loss to St. Joe's, but looks like Coach Olsen worked them pretty hard in practice, and it's certainly paying off right now.
Kick looks like it was touched, maybe miskicked, but
It's good.
nevertheless still goes over the and what is it called? The field goal post?
Over and in.
Over and in.
Yeah.
So Wayne Hills 27-0 over Vernon. This game, don't see it getting much closer than it is right now. Wayne Hills probably just going to keep piling on and piling on.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
The good thing is, if this game continues to be a blowout, since we're doing color commentary, we got some younger guys and some practice, we can get out of here early. But Nick, it looks like you're here the whole game.
Yeah, unfortunately, but, you know, guess if I don't think about the cold, it'll still be there. I'll still notice it, so it's not going to do anything. There's Coach Olsen on your TV screens. Can't be, he always finds something to get mad about, but you're up 27-0. Don't really see anything you can get mad about right now.
Nick, is there some sort of mercy rule in high school football?
I know that the clock runs continually after a
Right.
certain point lead, but there is no mercy rule that I'm aware of. So Martinez,
Big kick.
good hang time on that one, and some better field position this time for Vernon. They're able to get past the 30-yard line this time.
High kick that time. Not that much distance out to about 13, 14-yard line. And a 17, 18-yard return there. They'll have pretty good field position starting at their own 32-yard line.
Better than they've seen all game, at least.
Absolutely. And we'll see how that transitions into maybe their offense will play a little better since they're not completely backing up to the run end zone.
So the ball spotted on the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for Vernon. Quick handoff to the fullback, but you really see the difference in the line on those up the middle running plays. I don't remember one play that Vernon has gained a yard on.
I mean, I could tell you a play or two that they gained a yard on, but nothing more than that. I don't know if they've had a play that's gone for more than a yard or two at a time. I don't know who's to thank for that, whether it's the lack of Vernon offense or the fantastic play of the Wayne Hills defense.
Another handoff, and again you see it. Flags thrown everywhere.
I
but
saw a face mask.
So Vernon getting some help with that one. As you said, it's a face mask on Wayne Hills. That's what we're seeing.
Yep. And that's going to be their best play of the day so far for Vernon. Nice 15 yards there on the face mask. And their first down.
Yeah, so Vernon definitely happy about that face mask. Still, though, trailing 27-0 with 8:18 left in the second quarter, so still a lot of football to be played.
It is absolutely frigid right now.
Still not in that Wayne Hills territory, though. Overthrown there by Chris Rourke for Vernon, so we're going to see 2nd and 10 coming up. That one intended for McBride.
I have not seen one pass from Rourke that's within 5 yards of his receiver. Going back to the screen pass, the one that he threw all the way completely underthrown that was picked off.
Oh, okay.
The one on the other side of the field that was completely incomplete, and that one right there.
Yeah, so Chris Rourke not really, I don't know if he's not playing his best football or he's just not a very good quarterback.
Doesn't have that much time.
Yeah, the line again, we knew it was a big line coming into the game, but Wayne Hill's just obviously better and stronger than them. The pitch goes to number 21, Ryan Ward, and he's taken down right around the line of scrimmage.
Another yard or two right there. And every play, you're running, I mean, take it with a face mask. Every play, 1 yard, -1 yard, 2 yards. And it's crazy. Josh, your key was the defensive line, and they're really stepping up.
I knew it.
3rd and 8 yards to go for Vernon on the 50-yard line. Rourke under center. He'll roll out again. Again, another pass with not within an arm's range of the receiver. 4th down coming up for Vernon. And they really don't have any set dropbacks because I don't think that he has the time to drop back. He has to be rolling out right when he gets the snap.
You had Rourke looking there for number 5, Matt Wighard. And Wighard was open maybe for a second, and then whoever the defender was on Wighard, saw Rourke's eyes and immediately came over, but the pass was so far overthrown, didn't make a difference.
So Vernon to punt. This one out of bounds again. As Josh, you mentioned before, I don't think they'll be punting to Monahan. Wayne Hill's going to start this one from, it looks like, around the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
And Vernon got stopped there on the 50-yard line, so they still haven't crossed over to Wayne Hill's side of the field.
So have not been in Wayne Hill's territory the entire game. 7:06 remaining in the second quarter.
And Monahan's going to leave the field.
Gignac, the one receiver on the field. Or there's a Fino there also. Olsen under pressure. He'll throw that one away, so that really separates Kevin Olsen from a lot of the other high school quarterback. He knows when to throw it away.
I was about to say that's a very smart play by Kevin Olsen. He had Jeff Gignac running down the field, but that's an incredibly tough throw on the run for an NFL quarterback. Kev made the right decision just throwing that one away and made sure he was outside the tackle box. There was no intentional grounding.
I mean, it definitely positively separates him, but you can also look at it from the other way that, he kind of loses his composure under pressure. I mean, we didn't really see much of an attempt. Maybe he could have, kind of stopped, taken a look around, but, I mean, he, I guess, did the least risky thing he could have possibly done.
So the handoff, fool me, Olsen with the boot.
He's fast.
Looks like DeSico there. He'll have a block on the back. Yeah, it looks like DeSico's going to get a block from the black with that. Block from the back on that one.
And
They'll bring that backwards.
Yeah.
And Olsen went out of bounds and was hit out of bounds. And I thought that should be 15 yards against the defense, which would have made it, I guess, offsetting penalties. But no call there from the referee. A bit upsetting.
It really seemed like the block DeSico made was sort of unnecessary. Olsen, I thought at least he had cleared the defender that DeSico blocked.
DeSico's going to jog off the field to get an earful from Coach Olsen.
Yeah. Second and what's that going to be? 25 for Wayne Hills.
But Josh, going back to what you said about Olsen lost his composure, I would completely disagree. There was only one receiver on that side of the field that Olsen was looking at, and Gignac was way too deep of a throw. I think he made the right play.
Yeah, definitely there, but
Double reverse goes to Schiller. And you see him again, probably the fastest player on the field. One man to beat, just isn't able to beat him, but a really good gain for Schiller there. Really showed his true speed.
And you gotta love that play calling from Coach Olsen. 2nd and 25, Vernon's gotta be expecting the pass. You go double reverse to your fastest tailback for a 30-plus yard gain. Huge first down.
Yeah, he was able to make the play, and with Schiller back from injury, really a big weapon for Wayne Hills that I'm sure Vernon hasn't even seen yet throughout the tape. So the handoff to Santoro. Tripped up there right before the first down. So about 2nd and 1 for Wayne Hills coming up.
We've seen a lot of Santoro tonight, a lot of Schiller, and some Rodriguez, but one play we really haven't seen tonight is going into the season, who was supposed to be the star of the team, Troy Zaffino. He had the big return last year against Old Japan in the state championship, and we haven't seen a lot of him tonight in the playoffs.
I'm sure his knee is being a factor in him playing running back or not, because I know at the beginning of the season he was getting a lot of reps as running back, and Santoro right through the middle. I don't know how he did that, but he's going to get his 3rd touchdown of the game there. Puts Wayne Hills up 33-0, and that just amazes me. He just went right up the middle, virtually untouched by any Vernon players, and that's going to be about, what, a 60-yard touchdown?
51 yards.
51 yards.
I'm just basing it off the scoreboard. But I talked about how the offensive line needed to create holes, which they didn't do last week, and it would lead to points, and it certainly worked right there. Santoro's not the biggest guy. Runs hard, though, and you saw right there that he was able to get through that hole. And once he was through, he saw daylight, and boom, he's in the end zone.
That one tipped by Vernon, but still enough power to get through the uprights. And yeah, Santoro only 5'9", but 185. He could get some power and some leverage from down low. And, you know, if you could run up the middle like that without fear and just go untouched, then very good play there.
And the wind is starting to blow.
Let's see a replay of Santoro's 3rd touchdown of the game there. Right up the middle. Really just had all the Vernon players running after him, and he's able to score that one, put Wayne Hills up 33-0.
Tom the Truck Santoro. And, you know, he did exactly what we've seen from Wayne Hills running backs this season. They're really good at following their blockers, and right there, he found a hole, bursted right through, and great score.
This Vernon team is flat out outmatched right now. They're 5-4, but they're 4-1 at home, and they're 1-3 on the road. And I don't know how much home field advantage will make a difference in this game against a team of the caliber of Wayne Hills, but they're certainly not really playing like I think they would if they were at home. They're really playing downtrodden.
Yeah, 34-0, not even halftime yet, so this game very quickly turned into a blowout. Bouncing kick there from Martinez. Fumble. Ball on the ground for Vernon, but they're able to pick that one back up. 1st and 10 coming up for Vernon from looks like maybe the 22, 23-yard line.
That's scary if you're Vernon fumbling that ball. They were lucky to get that one back. You had Wayne Hills players flying down the field trying to get that ball.
And now the field position will not really be in Vernon's favor for this drive.
There you see it again. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 yards there for Vernon, but not much more than that.
There's my defensive line, you know, stopping the holes and not letting anything happen really tonight.
2nd and 8 coming up for Vernon from their own 23-yard line.
We saw a lot earlier in the season. Earlier in the season, Hills its first 5 games let up 7 points before obviously giving up 34 to St. Joe's and 24 to Round and such. But the defense looks fantastic tonight. And if you recall from last year's playoffs, they won 49-48-0 in the first 2 rounds. We're looking at a shutout again.
The pitch for Vernon taken down very quickly. Ryan Ward, he's taking a beating at the running back position this game. And 3rd down coming up for the Vernon Township Vikings.
It'd be really interesting to see at this moment just how many offensive yards this Vernon team has.
Or lack thereof.
No, I think with these multitudes of 1 to 2 yard gains, they're probably in the black again.
The pitch again taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Good tackle there by Cardox, but another 4th down up here for Vernon, and the punt team is coming out yet again.
It looked to me like quarterback Rourke actually tripped on the toss. Still made the toss effectively, but Wayne Hill's defense is just swarming. I don't know whether it's the offensive line's not playing up to par, but there's more Wayne Hill's defensive players in the backfield than there are anywhere else in the field.
So there's the punt. Moskal will take this one. He's forced out of bounds around the 27-yard line, but again, Wayne Hill's in good field position to score.
Is it just me, guys, or does every player in Wayne Hill seem to be faster than everyone else on the Vernon team?
Yeah, they're showing their complete dominance.
Wayne Hills has him outmatched, completely outmatched.
It says a lot about the conditioning this team goes through. I know I have my weekly segment with the Avadisians, and I have some of them in my classes, and they talk about how they don't get home from practice till 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and it's crazy. Just they're out here working so hard and clearly paying off this game.
The handoff. Zaffino on that one, so Troy taking some reps at running back.
And you saw the leg tackle there. Zaffino got lifted up, so I'm sure Vernon got a scouting report about Troy's MCL, and the defender went for the legs right there, but luckily Troy came out unscathed.
2nd and 3 coming up for Wayne Hills from the Vernon 21-yard line.
I think we're going to see a run up the middle here.
Moskal and Van Peen in the receivers. And the handoff goes, you're right, Josh, up the middle to Zaffino. He's able to get the 1st down. But we're seeing Jake Van Peen getting some reps too, so maybe trying to mold him into a receiver for next year, because the 2 big receivers for Wayne Hills, you know, Monahan and Zaffino, they're both gone next year. You have Moskal there. He's been starting a receiver all season, but that's really it. Handoff again up the middle to Zaffino, and he'll get about 6 or 7 yards on that play.
You notice there, Troy just following his blockers, and the blockers are pushing so well, the offensive line, and literally just followed 3 big offensive linemen for 8 yards.
It's something we see in a lot of other teams that Wayne Hills plays against. They lose guys, and it's really been a big detriment to them in future seasons, but Wayne Hills really has a group of guys to make up for it.
That time, Zaffino not really to gain many yards. So 3rd down coming up for Wayne Hills, and really their first test, the first time that they have to make a play. 3rd and 2 here. If they fail to make the 1st down, we'll be looking at a field goal. If not, it'll probably be a touchdown.
If I'm Coach Olson here, I see the ball's on the right hash mark, and I see all the open space. You see Moscow running out to the left. I see all the open space to the left. Get the ball to Schiller.
Not going to do that. Zaffino taken down right when the hands-off was given, so Vernon's first stop of the game, and we'll see a 4th down for Wayne Hills.
The offense slowly trotting off the field. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was going to say Martinez not out there yet.
And I don't know if Hill's going to call a timeout, as you know that we're approaching a minute left in the second quarter, whether they're going for it or not. But when you're up 34-0, and the second quarter is not even over yet, I think it's just decency to go for the field goal at this point, and we saw the Wayne Hills timeout right there.
Yeah, so Wayne Hills calling a timeout, seeing a little bit what they're going to do with this one. But, yeah, you're up 34-0. You have to have, there has to be a limit somewhere. And with a 4th and 4, you're on the 10-yard line, why not just go for the field goal?
I just heard above me in the booth, someone just said that was Vernon's highlight. And that's very true at this point.
Zaffino with his helmet off looks to be still a little bit shaken up from, he got tackled a few times. That last play that we just saw, tackled right when the handoff was made, so we'll hope that he's not injured. $34-0. Wayne Hills leading Vernon, so far a blowout in this game, and it's going to continue to be that way. It looks like Vernon has not been in Wayne Hills territory at this game.
I'm so cold.
I now know what it feels like to be paralyzed.
Wow.
I think Wayne Hills is going to go for it.
We really need a hot tub up here. We really, really need a hot tub up here.
Yeah, so 4th and 4, Wayne Hills going to go for it.
A lot of room to the left side of the field.
Olsen steps back, just overthrows Monahan, so Wayne Hills' first turnover of downs.
And not a good throw, first of all, from Olsen. Threw it too far to the left. But secondly, I don't think under normal circumstances that Coach Olsen would go for that 4th down and 4 when you're easily in field goal range with a 34-point lead. So makes you wonder whether Eric Martinez is all right.
Yeah, I didn't really see him taking kicks when they got into field goal position. So hopefully there's not an injury there for him, because I don't know who they have that can replace him. Handoff for Vernon, and able to make some moves. Really, the first real yardage gain there by Vernon.
And and the refs are just teasing Vernon right now. Will not give them the first down, but it'll be 2nd and inches.
Yeah, so 2nd and less than 1 here for Vernon. Someone jumped. I don't know who it was.
And that could be a neutral zone infraction on the defense. And it's going to be.
So Vernon with that first down now. So Vernon marching down the field a little bit. They're making their own little drive.
I don't think this will last very long, Nick.
And that looked to be Bobby Garone.
Well, with only
On
7
the,
seconds. 7 seconds left in the half. They'll get one more play off.
That's Bobby Garone on the offsides, by the way. I don't see a lot from him.
No, haven't really seen much of Garone this season, but that play will take us to the end of the second quarter. At halftime, your Wayne Hills Patriots leading the Vernon Township Vikings 34-0. You know what, guys? Nothing really much to say about this game. Just complete dominance by the Wayne Hills offense and defense.
Nick, all I got to say is I want to go get some hot chocolate, so as quickly as you can throw it to break, it's all you.
Yeah, Nick, it's cold up here. I'm having a great time. Wayne Hills definitely showing their dominance, and I think it's safe to say that Wayne Hills has this in the bag, and we'll be moving on to week 2.
Yeah, so that'll do it for us up here. For the half, you'll see some new announcers come up at the start of the third quarter, but we'll see you guys then.
But here we go. Lucas will inbound the corner with 3 minutes to go. She gets it to Giametta. Giametta corrals it, puts a shot on net. Deflected into the net. A goal by Brittany Galone. And Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship.
Oh, baby, call your friends. Call your friends. Wayne Hills state champions, baby.
Couldn't script it any better, Joe. Couldn't script it any better myself.
What a shot by Brittany Galone off the deflection from Jacqueline Giametta, and Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship in dramatic fashion.
You know, they keep bringing those drums out. I haven't seen them play them. Yeah. Have you?
dated. But not the party, illusion. Oh yeah, very dated. But they had the whole place. You remember when they were putting that place up? I've been there. I've been in there. I'm sure it has been very dated. But I remember when that place was going up. You know, I had met them briefly, like he came out one time when I went to pick Alexa up and he introduced himself. The first time we I don't know the last half hour. You know, I know what's happening. Have anybody else? I mean, is it just them, or we just carry the whole team?
He's a good runner. He was, I don't know if you remember last year's championship. He was the one that cruised the ball all fourth quarter. They just started running him up the middle. It was the real stop because yeah, big fullback. Yeah. 31-20.
High formation for the Patriots right now. And the fans are on their feet. Monahan, look at that. He's back in the pocket. And he's going for Greg Olsen. And he got it! He got it! Touchdown, Patriots! Touchdown, Patriots!
And welcome back here to Patriots Stadium. Before the start of the third quarter, let's take a look at the first half highlights. There you see Wayne Hills with a good stop on this kickoff, really the key to their whole game, putting Vernon in bad field position. Olsen under center there, gives the handoff off to Santoro. He's able to score and get the game's first touchdown. Again, Wayne Hills goes to the run, this time to Schiller on the outside. He'll score, put Wayne Hills up in this one, 13-0. Martinez's kick was deep there and nowhere to go for Vernon. He's taken down around the 14-yard line. Again, Wayne Hill showing that overpowering defense, holding Vernon to, you know what, just holding him to no yards that whole drive. This time Olsen up the middle to Santoro. He'll score 3 touchdowns so far in the game for him. Trickery by Coach Olsen called there. The double reverse to Schiller. He's got more speed than anyone on the field. He's able to get to around the 50-yard line. And there's Santoro. You saw him up the middle for about 51 yards there. There's his third touchdown in the game. And our score right now is 34-0. Wayne Hills leading the Vernon Township Vikings. Now we're joined by 2 new people here. We have Andrew Francis and Eric Newman. So how are you guys doing today? What do you think of the game so far?
It's been one great game, 34-0. Showing them who's boss.
Yeah, a blowout like usual in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, Wayne Hills hasn't lost a first-round playoff game since 2003, and don't think they'll be losing it tonight either. Wayne Hills going to be receiving the ball. They kicked it off at the beginning of the game, and now they'll be receiving it, so only a chance to really further their lead. Low kick there. Monahan will take this one. And he's in and out of the holes. Gets taken down around the 37-yard line. Good hit there by Vernon, and Wayne Hills will start their drive at around the 37-yard line.
A lot of extra yards after every hit. It takes more than one person to bring him down every time.
Yeah, the yards after contact for the whole Wayne Hills staff is good. You see Monahan there holding maybe his shoulder. Might have got injured on that play, so we'll hope to see him back. But for Wayne Hills, you know, they break a tackle almost every play, and that's a big thing the defense has to work on, but it's also, you know, Wayne Hills just being a good football team, being able to break tackles.
Yeah, you see the running backs, they always keep their feet moving.
Olsen under center. This first one will be a handoff to Santoro. He'll get about 2 or 3 yards, and that one will bring us to a second down.
It's one of the best defensive plays of the night.
Yeah, really, before, when Wayne Hills went for it on a 4th down, you know, that was Vernon's only stop of the game, and if Wayne Hills would have gotten it, I really don't think there would have been a Vernon highlight, even if there is one now. Second and 7 for Wayne Hills from their own 41-yard line. Olsen under center, takes the snap from Ruben. They'll have a play action on that one. He rolls out, has Joe Lane wide open. He'll get some extra yardage on this one. Still yet to be bringing down. Takes 2 people to bring him down when he's finally tackled at the 29-yard line.
Yards after contact, like we said before, they got him at the 40, and he just kept trucking all the way to the 30.
Joe Lane, a very big kid, one of the biggest on the roster, and it really takes more than one person to bring him down wherever he's playing, either defensive line, it's going to take more than one person to block him, or if he's getting some reps at tight end, which we've started to see more this game, it's going to take 2 people to bring him down. Comes in at 6'2", 232, so again, one of the biggest players on the Wayne Hills team.
You know, Nick, you saw that was a great play, but there were defenders who got in past the line.
Santoro untouched right at the middle. He's breaking to the outside. And Santoro with his 4th touchdown of the game will put Wayne Hills up 40-0.
He's making a highlight reel out of them tonight. It's a great game.
Doesn't look like he can be stopped.
Yeah, it's just the holes that the line is giving him is making him go untouched every single run, and yeah, he's got a highlight reel for this game. Monahan will hold for Martinez. And Martinez splits the uprights with that one, so Wayne Hills up 41-0 over the Vernon Township Vikings. So we have the replay of Santoro's last run. You see it just right up the middle, just absolutely explodes through the hole, really untouched the entire way. And that'll be good for his 4th touchdown of the night. So, you know, Santoro has 4 touchdowns this game now. That's a lot more than we usually see people get, and maybe it's good for the upcoming games that a new star is emerging, or they're sharing some of the wealth in this Wayne Hills team.
Just a great boost for them to keep going in the playoffs. A real momentum builder.
He's got 4 more than the whole Vernon team.
41-0 here with 10:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Martinez will be kicking this one off. Big kick there from Martinez. And Vernon taking it around about the 25-yard line, so they're a little further than they've been all game, but not much. Still not making it into Wayne Hills territory once this game.
They really haven't even gotten past the 30-yard line too often this game.
Yeah, just Wayne Hills is dominating on defense, and Alex mentioned before they're dominating on special teams. You know, they're holding them to the 20 or 30-yard line every kickoff, and every kickoff Wayne Hills is getting to at least, you know, the 30 or 40-yard line.
You know, every time Wayne Hills gets the ball, they want to put into the end zone. When Vernon gets the ball, he's trying to get to the 30.
Gain of maybe about 5 yards there for Vernon, so second down coming up for them. So Wayne Hills goes on to win this game. They'll be playing the winner of Paramus Lakeland. We have an update on that one. Paramus up 21-14 over Lakeland. So, Wayne Hills played Paramus once this year, beat him 38-0, but anything can happen when the playoffs come.
You should see some young guys get some playing time tonight. It'll be good for them.
They're up
Great
41-0.
experience.
There you see it for Hills, number 62, Bobby Garone. Don't really see him get much playing time, but in this game, he's really been out there almost the whole time. 3rd and 2 here for Vernon. They'll hand this one right off very quickly to the fullback. Able to fight for those extra yards and get the first down, so something we haven't said very often this game for Vernon, the first down coming up.
Yeah, for a split second there, it looked like Hills was on offense.
Still not able to get in Wayne Hills territory yet this game, but, they're starting to put some plays together for this drive. .8:27 remaining in the third quarter. The run again, and maybe about a 3 or 4 yard gain there for Vernon, Ryan Ward. So about 2nd and 6 coming up, and Vernon's quarterback, Chris Rourke, he hasn't really shown his arm all game, and that's why they're running it. Every passing play, Alex mentioned it, isn't really even near a receiver, so they're not going to risk the interception.
A team has a problem when they can't run the ball well or pass the ball.
You're not going to win very many football games.
Ooh.
Taken down behind the line, Roberto Alvarez. Good job getting through the offensive line for the loss. So 3rd and 7 coming up.
He's another one, Roberto, another one of those linemen that we were talking about. We're sure going to miss next year.
Yeah, that to me is Wayne Hill's biggest thing they're going to have to replace. Right now you see it, Preston Quinn, Kyle Hunsinger, Ryan Cardox, and Nick Galizzi, I believe, or Christian Rodriguez also out there, but no starters on the line for Wayne Hills, and there you see Rourke just drops back and just taken down, but they're going to have to replace their line next year almost completely. Levine getting some playing time now because of the injury to Greenfield, but he's really the only one that's gotten experience at that line position. So deep to return this one for Hills, we have Craig Kuhnlein and Eric Moswell. Monahan steps out there for this one, and at 41-0, you can't really blame Coach Olson for that. Punted out of bounds again.
It just seems like they're scared to kick it to our great returners.
Yeah, Wayne Hills has a really strong special teams this game and all season. Ball on the 45-yard line, so that's where Wayne Hills will start their drive. First and 10 for Wayne Hills. Seems to be some miscommunication. They can't get the right players out in the huddle or what?
Yeah, a little confusion there. Let's see what they got for this play.
So Olsen in the shotgun, Santoro in motion, and he'll get the handoff.
Beautiful cut.
Great blocking, great cut. And when that happens, you have to have a gain there. That was just an all-around great play by Wayne Hills. So a 1st and 10 coming up for Wayne Hills. There you see what I could say is the start of the game so far. Dom Santoro, 4 touchdowns, however many yards he has, probably over 100.
It seems like every single play they have to move the chains.
Yeah, Wayne Hills is really just dominating this Vernon team. Olsen in shotgun, the same play this time to Rodriguez though, and he'll get to the outside. he's got some move room to run. I don't know why. Just my mouth gets mushed up. when I
Maybe
have
from
to
the
try to
cold
think.
weather.
That might be it.
Should try some hot chocolate.
I just finished mine and it didn't help that much.
You know, you really can't ask for more than that. Great blocking, great run. Just Wayne Hills football.
And that was the same play as the down before, just to the other side of the field and to Rodriguez instead of Santoro. So 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills from the Vernon 27. This handoff goes to Rodriguez, and he's taken down at around the line of scrimmage. So you hear the Vernon crowd getting into it a little bit after their first positive play.
It looks like Christian may be injured on that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he's clenching his knee.
an injury on the field. A big loss to Wayne Hills. Christian Rodriguez,
Yeah, that cannot be good.
he really started to do very well the past few games, and now it looks like he's in a tremendous amount of pain.
You never like to see that.
Did you guys see what body part you think it was by any chance?
I think it was the knee.
Yeah,
Knee.
definitely the knee.
He seems pretty angry about it, so I can imagine he's in a lot of pain. Training staff out there, we have Margaret, who's been our trainer for however many years, does a great job. This really isn't that good for Wayne Hills coming into, you know what, this game really is secured, but the second round of the playoffs and the championship game, you know, you can never be too sure about them. So let's take a look at Rodriguez's injury on that last play. The handoff to him there, and yeah, it looks like his left knee got bent in a little bit.
You know, Greenfield last week, Christian this week. This isn't looking good.
Being helped off the field. Seems like he's in a lot of pain, so.
It's good to see him walking by himself.
Yeah, that's good. So maybe I don't think we'll see him back in this game. You know, they're up 41-0. He's one of their big players. Olsen with the handoff. We have Schiller in there now. Just explodes right through the hole, and he's good for about 10 or 15. First down, Wayne Hills.
We really haven't seen him that much this year, but he's doing a great job right now.
I believe in the first game, he was either the number 1 or the number 2 running back until his injury. You know, he was supposed to be a big player for Wayne Hills this year.
In the first quarter, he came back and had a great touchdown in the back left corner of the end zone.
Yeah, he's really one of the fastest people on the field, and he's not afraid to use it. There he is again, and right up the middle.
Not afraid of contact either, just plowed right through the Vernon defenders.
No, not at all. That one, just shy of a first down, it looks like, so. Second down coming up for Wayne Hills. False start on Wayne Hills, so they'll be back 5, and just like that, maybe around 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 for Wayne Hills, or no, 2nd and 15, so.
A great play taken back. It's a shame.
So that Wayne Hills is going to have a little bit more of a task to get a first down. Gignac and Moskal to the left. Olsen under center. And he'll hand this one up again to Rodriguez or Schiller, excuse me. He's running to the outside, trips himself up a little bit. But he had open room if he was able to stay on his feet there.
Flag here.
Against the Patriots again, possibly. No ruling on the flag yet. We don't really know what it is, so. Wayne Hills moving back again, so against the Patriots. And if this was an important game, that would be outrageous. 2 penalties in the last 2 plays. They're at about a 2nd and 20 now.
Yeah, I think the call is unsportsmanlike conduct. After the play, he seemed a little angry with himself.
So just like that, Wayne Hills possibly out of field goal range, and now we've got to see the Patriots work a little bit. Although they're up 41-0, this does show how that Wayne Hills team would do in a different situation.
Yeah, you know, Nick, in this game it doesn't really matter, but in a game that matters, you can't have those penalties at all.
Olsen with the boot.
Beautiful.
And he's taken down. Looks like about 10 or 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And Kevin getting in the faces of some of those Vernon players.
Another flag. Looks like Kevin and number 35, Sean Gollner, have some words for each other.
Yeah, and really the first big play for Vernon this game. I don't really see them having a right to start bragging about it if they're down 41-0, but I'm not on the field, so I don't know what they're saying.
I think I heard him asking him something about how his shoes look stupid.
So Wayne Hills back even further at around the 50-yard line now. The first down marker at the 2-yard line, the 3-yard line. So what is that? First and 47, second and 47. Wouldn't count Wayne Hills out of this first down yet, though. They have been dominating this entire game.
Especially with Monahan in the game, you look for a deep pass. Could even score a touchdown here.
Yeah, Monahan, Gignac, and Moskal all out as receivers. Rodriguez on the line too, so Santoro the only running back. Quick screen to Monahan. And he'll gain about 10 yards on that one, 15 yards, so third down coming up for Wayne Hills. First down marker at about the 3-yard line, so they still have about 30 to go.
It's really the penalties that have been killing them on this drive. They had a great drive until the false start and the unsportsmanlike conduct. Just downhill from there.
Under a minute remaining in this third quarter. Santoro, the lone running back. Olsen snaps back, and he's sacked.
The blind side got him.
These Vernon players are going crazy after that one sack. I can't imagine what that crowd would be like if this were a close game.
You know, they have a lot to cheer for. Down 41-0. It's a close game.
They came all the way from Vernon. They want us to have something to be excited about.
So fourth down and 40 for Wayne Hills.
It looks like they're just going to let the clock run out here.
Yeah. Oh, so that was the fourth down conversion there. Clock will run out, so this will be the end of the third quarter. Wayne Hills leads the Vernon Township Vikings 41-0. And really not much else happening in this game, just Wayne Hills continuing their dominance. Vernon showing a little bit of heart, though, in that third quarter with those 2 sacks, all of which, though, were caused by the penalties.
Vernon has something to be proud about, too. They were able to hold the Patriots to 0 points in that quarter.
Looks like Coach Olsen's not happy with that last drive.
No, I can't imagine, because you mentioned it before. If this is an important game, the penalties are going to kill Wayne Hills. We've been talking about it all year. And Wayne Hills is going to have to take over on defense here. So the Patriots take over on defense, up 41-0 at the start of the fourth quarter. Ball on the Vernon 42-yard line.
And really, I think this is the best field position they've had all game.
Yeah, they were at the 50-yard line once. So we'll see if they'll break into that almighty Wayne Hills territory this drive. Haven't been able to get there all game. So first and 10 for Vernon from their own 42-yard line. Again, they'll go with the run. I really don't think that they trust Chris Rourke's arm enough to throw it, because they really haven't thrown it all game. All the passing plays that we've seen from them, the ball has been in relative space of anyone to make a play on it.
You know, a wise man once told me when you throw the ball, it's a good idea to keep it in bounds, and they haven't been able to do that today.
Who was that wise man, Eric?
Oh. There's a flag on the play.
Flag's thrown. This one against the Patriots, so the flags just keep coming for Wayne Hills, and we'll keep mentioning that if this isn't an important game, that's not good for Wayne Hills.
Looks like on the sideline, Christian Rodriguez walking around, trying to get a feel for his leg, see if it's okay or not.
As long as he's back by next week, I really think that's what Wayne Hills is most worried about. So now 2nd and 5 after the penalty for Vernon. Almost at that 50-yard line.
Oh, and again. Flag on the play.
I think this one's a false start.
So we'll be back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up for Vernon, so now a little bit further away from that first down marker.
A lot of penalties these last few minutes.
As long as this clock keeps running out, so we don't have to stay up here that much longer in the cold weather. That's all that matters.
If you think this is cold, you should go up to Maine. It's even colder.
The pitch goes to the outside, and taken down around the 44-yard line is Ward.
One of the few positive gained yards plays of the game.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a 3rd and 7 here, and really they haven't had a good positioning for a 3rd down conversion all game.
That's probably really the cause of their 3 and outs is, you know, they just can't get the yards before 3rd down to make it a realistic chance.
You know, if they want the first down, I would.
You have to imagine they're going to throw it here.
Yeah, exactly.
Play action.
Play action.
Oh, big hit there by Joe Lane. And that one will most likely force a punt for Vernon.
I could feel that one from up here. That was
biggest hit all game, it looks like. And if you notice, 2 different gloves on, so I don't know why he would wear 2 different gloves. Maybe
it's
a
making a fashion statement. Yeah.
You know, number 59, James Schreck, must be seeing stars right now.
Took a big hit on that one from Lane. Mossel and Monahan deep to return. And if this goes like the others, a Bob snap. So he quickly gets that kickoff. And that one won't even make the first down. So Wayne Hill starting out with this one at the 47-yard line.
It's about a 5-yard punt on the play.
That's it.
If that many.
So Wayne Hill's, again with good field position, taking this one in Vernon territory. Up 41-0 here. 8:41 remaining in the game. Olsen under center, DeSico and Schiller in the backfield. The pitch goes to Schiller, and he's to the outside. He breaks right through the hole. He's got a foot race to the end zone, and again he trips. He's limping. So let's hope he can shake that one off, but that's the 2nd time this game or this quarter that he's tripped up when he's got open room to run.
And it's looking like a hamstring injury for Schiller.
I think he should be fine.
Let's see if he's going to check out on this play. Nope, he'll be in there for the next play, so obviously can't be too serious. 1st and 10 coming up for Wayne Hills. I believe that's a timeout call by the Patriots. Again, some play confusion. Now, I don't know if it's that Wayne Hills has play confusion more than the other teams, or that Coach Olsen is just a perfectionist with plays and he doesn't want to ever have a bad play.
Either way, you must be doing something right.
Yeah, up 41-0.
Many state championships, 41-0, like you said.
First and 10 for Wayne Hills, just under 8 minutes remaining in this game.
And barring a miracle, it looks like Hills is going to take this one home.
Yeah.
Advance to the 2nd round.
Handoff to Zaffino. Good block there up front by DeSico. And Zafino almost able to make it to the first down, but we'll be looking at a 2nd and 1. So a pick up for 8 there for Zafino. 2nd and 2 coming up. Wayne Hills on Vernon's 14-yard line. Zafino in the backfield. DeSico right in front of him. And this pitch will go to Troy. Able to cut right up. He's to the outside, and Zafino's going to score on this one, putting Wayne Hills up 47-0.
Is that the 4th or the 5th player to score for this Wayne Hills team tonight?
Well, we have Santoro, Schiller, Zafino. Has Monahan scored yet?
You know, I don't believe so.
I don't think so. So this is probably his first game without a touchdown. Santoro has, I think, 4 touchdowns. So that's 28.
Gignac scored also.
Gignac scored. So there's 4 players for Wayne Hills scored so far. One of whom has 4 touchdowns in this game. And Martinez splits the uprights there. So with 6:25 remaining, Wayne Hills takes the lead 48-0. So let's look at a replay of Zafino's touchdown right there. The pitch goes to the outside, cuts inside, misses one guy, and is able to have enough speed to break to the outside and score.
Just great agility on the play.
Yeah, Wayne Hills just looks like they're better in every aspect of this game. 48-0, you know. No, Vernon hasn't been past the 50-yard line in this whole game.
I think the only statistic Vernon's winning is how far their punts go.
$48-0, Wayne Hills leading. 5:39 remaining, and really just an old-fashioned Wayne Hills blowout.
You could just tell by Vernon's body language that they don't even care about this game anymore.
I'm sure they stopped caring in the first quarter when they were down, what was it, 24-0.
2005, everybody
Wayne Hills will be kicking this one off. Martinez has gotten some work in this game with extra points and kickoffs. And Martinez set to kick this one off. Another good kick from him, so he's had every kickoff this game has been good.
Yeah, every kick's gone past the 10.
Yeah, so really giving Wayne Hills what they need to have good defensive stops.
See some new faces out for the defense here.
Yeah, so some younger players likely getting some playing time. See Mike Abate out there. Seems like an entirely new defense. So Christian Graff getting some time out there. Is that number 18 at safety? I can't see.
Yeah, I can't see.
Yeah, it is. That's Daniel Smith.
Thought that was Olsen for a minute, but right up the middle, and right as this new defense comes into the game, Vernon able to make a play happen. Tyler Ward, or I believe that's his name, Ward, number 21 for Vernon, with his first big gain of the game, and just like that, Vernon crosses the 50-yard line. Ryan Ward there, number 21 for Vernon. So a 1st and 10 coming up for Vernon. 3:41 remaining in this game. Wayne Hills still with the 48-0 lead, but.
And you know, when Vernon goes home, they can boast to their friends that they were able to make it in the Wayne Hills territory.
That is their one bragging point for this game. So the handoff again. And right now you're seeing what the line is probably going to be like for next year for Wayne Hills, and they're not doing that great of a job so far, at least compared to what the starters before them did.
And it looks like there's a new quarterback in for Vernon.
Number 6
Number
for Vernon
6,
there.
Brian Mills.
Let's see if they let him throw the ball.
Nope. We're going to have a flag on that play, but really, Ward is just running circles around this new Wayne Hills defense. Call against Vernon there, so that one will be brought back. So, as you see there, Paramus leading Lakeland 28-3. The winner of that
23.
game, 28-23, excuse me. And, you know, a little bit closer than we saw before, but the winner of that game is going to go on to play Wayne Hills, seeing that Vernon doesn't have some crazy comeback in the next 22 minutes and 25 seconds.
Whoever wins that game, I feel bad for them. They're going to have to go against this mighty Wayne Hills Patriots team.
Yeah, really. 48-0 right now. Who knows what could happen in that second round, but Wayne Hills already playing Paramus. They shut them out earlier in the year, I believe 38-0. Another handoff for Vernon. And he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Craig Kuhnlein on the tackle there.
You know, if that's what the defense looks like next year, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, really, so a good stand there by that defense, but you could notice how much smaller the line is there for Wayne Hills. This is next year's line versus what was in previously.
And even though they're a lot smaller than the previous line, they're still a lot bigger than everyone on Vernon.
That is true.
So 3rd and 15 here for Vernon. Slowly getting back to that 50-yard line. And there, that'll bring us to a 4th down for Vernon. 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in this game, so this punt most likely be the last play of the game. If not, Wayne Hills will put a knee in there and end this one. But next week, Wayne Hills is either going to be playing Paramus or Lakeland. I'm excited for that game. Wayne Hills, if they're going to be playing Paramus, who is winning the game right now, 28-23, as we heard. You know, they blew out Paramus already this year, 38-0. I don't know if it'll be that easy when they step in at playoff time, though, but I guess we'll have to see next week.
You know what they say, the playoffs is a whole new season.
4th and 14, Vernon with the handoff. Not able to get the first down, but this game was over before that.
You know, the fan section, they all went home before the first quarter ended, so you knew this game was over.
Yeah, 48-0. Don't know if Wayne Hills will have to run another play to end this one, but
The one high point for Vernon's they're able to hold Hills to only 7 points in the second half.
Yeah, but I know that the strongest Wayne Hills team wasn't out there, but still that Vernon defense was able to show. So here is the official end of the game. Time is run out. Your Wayne Hills Patriots have defeated the Vernon Township Vikings 48-0 in the first round of the North 1 Group 3 state championship. Guys, there's a lot of positives from this game, really. The line played exceptionally well for Wayne Hills, and hopefully they'll be able to bring that into next game.
The running game was fantastic. Let's hope Christian's back for next week.
The offensive line was really able to create some beautiful holes that the running backs were able to just take their time to get right through.
Yeah, so we're hoping for some injuries to fold over for Wayne Hills. We need Greenfield, who's injured. Hopefully he'll be back next week. And also Rodriguez. That'll do it for us. A special thanks to our whole production team. I'm Nick Appaluccio here alongside Andrew Francis and Eric Newman. We'll see you guys next week where Wayne Hills will play the winner of the Paramus Lakeland game.